please like and subscribe.
Hello, Collective. Welcome to your reading. Collective, please remember this is a general spirit check-in, not a one-to-one spirit check-in. What is that? Okay. Great Mystery Creator, please bless this reading. Please bring in the knowledge and the wisdom of the Most High for the collective and for whoever you will call to this reading. Okay, interesting. I'm just getting a message here now. All I'm hearing is they, and I'm feeling this is your they. This spirits are speaking of are the people that are connected to you. But I'm feeling like they're saying they have lost their connection to spirit. That's interesting. I haven't even gotten into the reading yet, and I'm already getting messages here. Yeah, like whoever you're connected to has disconnected or lost their connection to spirit. Okay, that's interesting. Sets the tone maybe for the reading. I don't know. Cancer? Or no, this isn't Cancer. This is a collective. That's right. So they have lost their connection to spirit. So whoever they are to you, okay. I'm using the Animals Divine deck by Lisa Hunt. Okay. First card out is the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Second card out is the Lovers. And the third card out is the Fool in reverse. So what I'm feeling here is that collective, there is some sort of a, that's what I mean, the disconnection to spirit. So the Ten of Pentacles correspond to your legacy, the culmination of your experiences, your inheritance, your birthright. And I feel like whoever this is in reverse. And I feel like that's, yes, like they have disconnected their relationships to spirit because they have first disconnected their relationship to themselves, to their birthright, to their experiences, to understanding themselves. For whatever reason, I feel like this is somebody you're moving away from, but I feel like this is your energy. And that you were the Lovers. You have reconnected with a part of yourself. Or maybe you have reconnected with someone in your life who is a lover. Somebody who you really, really love. I'm just looking, the Creator's asking me to focus on the swans here. I feel like for some of you, collective, you were, part of your archetypal story is that you were an ugly duckling. You believed you were an ugly duckling. You lived the life of an ugly duckling, looking for where you belong. And now you are sovereignly you. It's interesting because that's what I love about the story of the ugly duckling, is that no one can esteem him. The ugly duckling doesn't belong to anybody but to himself, to herself. And that's what I feel like. You have a balance of masculine and feminine energies within you. And whoever you have connected with, I'm feeling that this is a two-pronged thing, that this is all you, but this is also you in connection with somebody else. That you, and this person also has, also was an ugly duckling, and they have come into their own sovereignty, their own self-esteem. They have developed their own esteem. And the two of you together are beautiful. You're both independent. You're not dependent upon each other. When you are, it's very healthy. It's very fair. It's very balanced. Beautiful. And in the future energy, the Fool in reverse, I feel like both you and your person are nobody's fool. You will be no one's fool. Okay, what I'm seeing here, you see the sunset in the background. I'm seeing this as a sunset, and I feel like the sun is setting. The sun is setting on a part of your life, a part of your experience, like a contract's coming to a close, and the sun is setting on this contract. Could be sunrise also, but I'm seeing this as a sunset. And this is the coyote. And the coyote is trickster energy. Yes, okay. So what I'm hearing is like the path that is setting for you. Oh, okay, whoa, bring that back. Whoa. Yeah, the trickster energy. Whatever path the sun is setting on was a path that aligned you with this first group of people here. Oh, the creator's also coming in with another message with this card too, is you have disconnected from some of your own biggest behaviors, which has you had to let go of a legacy. You had to let go of a legacy, whether that legacy was finding your true self, like as the ugly duckling, you know. I'm feeling like you gave your power to a lot of people and trying to find your own power. Oh gosh, okay, what the Spirit's saying is you gave your power to others so that you could see your reflection come back to you. And it never did. It never did. Oh my God, this makes me want to cry. You are a very different person. You know, the reflections that did come back to you from the people that you invested into, that you gave your power to in trying to find out who you are. These people reflected images back to you, but they weren't images of you. They were distorted images of you because these people had distorted self-images of themselves. They couldn't see themselves clearly, so they couldn't see you clearly. And I feel like, the Creator was like, this was set up this way. It's set up this way for all of us, okay? Very few people on the planet had a rosy childhood and had mom and dad both there and everyone was happy and it was a healthy home. They do exist, but they're very few and far between. Most of us have had to go to the farther gate to get there. We've had to go long distances. We've had to fight many battles in order to come into our lover's energy, there's very few people that were esteemed by their family as the beautiful swan. Most people experience being ugly ducklings, trying to figure out who they really are. And I feel like you will never be anyone's fool ever again. You will never be fooled. The trickster energy cannot trick you anymore because you have learned. You have learned. You have learned. There will be new cycles coming on board, and the trickster energy, of course, can then use that. Okay, no bottom of the deck for this reading, okay? Okay. Okay, Creator, can we have some clarification for the Pentacles? For the Ten of Pentacles. What is the Ten of Pentacles in reverse? Okay, another thing has come to me through Eckhart Tolle's book, A New Earth, and he talks about our capacity to awaken. And he says, in his book, he writes, he awoke. His awakening came at the peak of some very dark inner struggles that Eckhart Tolle had. You should read his book. If you ever want to read, he's got many books out there, but the one I'm speaking of is the book called The New Earth. It is a very powerful book. But in this book, he says, awakening often comes to people who have suffered much, who have suffered greatly, and people that have been in the palm of entitlement and privilege and power and esteem, and really dug into their social systems. They're very their physical lives have been very supported by the systems they were plugged into, but he said, like, people that did not feel supported, people that were struggled, that suffered inside themselves with a lot of lack of self-esteem, low self-esteem, no self-esteem, had to, oftentimes I see people like this as having badger medicine, people that grew up in the underworld, people that grew up in alcoholic homes where there was a lot of addiction, a lot of domestic violence, a lot of mental abuse, a lot of imbalances of power. With that comes a lot of pain, a lot of suffering. And he said people that have suffered greatly, awakening happens more frequently with people that have suffered greatly than it does with people that grew up in a very loving home. Not to say that can't happen, He's just saying that, it's people that have spent a lot of time in the underworld, almost like they have an appointment with awakening. Okay. Okay. All cards. Beautiful. Oh, interesting. Wow. Okay. Okay, so in the recent past, with the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, You've been doing a lot of healing with your past. Whoever these people were, you've done a lot of healing with your relationship to your past, to your own history. You've let go of a lot of illusions about yourself, about your life. You're no longer interested in connecting to this kind of lineage, this kind of mentality. You've made a final decision to let go and to come into your own manifestation energy. No longer manifesting as the group, but as your sovereign self. So you've walked away from, in order to come into the lover's energy and to honor the beauty that you are, that you hold within you, you've had to walk away. Yeah, you had to walk away from the past that you really, I feel like you really, really loved these people. But you just couldn't support it anymore. And they couldn't meet you where you are. They didn't have the capacity or the interest or the desire to meet you where you are. And I feel like they fooled you, or they didn't fool you, they just couldn't tell the truth about it. For whatever reasons, they were afraid of losing you if they couldn't tell the truth, that they had no intention of meeting you where you are. But you figured it out anyway, and they lost you anyway. They lost you anyway. You walked away. You know, when cups are emptied out, it takes time to fill a cup. It takes time, it takes commitment, it takes energy, it takes time. So you're not only walking away from one cup, you're walking away from 8. You dressed in red, I'm seeing this as your roots. I don't feel like you're walking away from anger. I feel like you're walking away integrated and connected to your own roots that is supporting you. Eclipse, the sun being eclipsed by the moon. This was like, eclipses are fated. They're fated. We have 2 eclipses a year. One in April, one in October. They're destined. And I feel like whatever this walking away is was destined. It was destined for you. As you're processing this walking away and processing it and still protecting yourself, you're very clear. You're absolutely clear, but you're also, I see this card also as the guardian card. So you're very, very guarded. Yeah, you just... There was a lack of recognition. There was a lack of recognition between you and the people you had left. It was like they couldn't see you. They couldn't see you clearly. You could see them clearly. I feel like you could see them very clearly, but they couldn't see you. And you no longer required them to. You no longer required them to. You don't care. You don't care. Like it's I can see myself. That's all I need. I don't need anybody else to see me. You know, but I can't entertain relationships that can't. I just can't. I won't anymore. Because you know where they end up. You know where they end up. So you walking away and being okay and letting go and coming to your own closure and being okay with the fact that your people couldn't see you, but you know that you can see you. And this gives you a lot of happiness. It actually makes you feel set apart. It makes you feel set above. It makes you feel protected from these people. It makes you feel not better than them, but almost like you're more evolved. You're more evolved. You have a sense of inner happiness, and you know that these people don't. They don't have an inner happiness. They live from the outside in. You live from the inside out. There's a difference. There's a difference. The difference is, you know, the scripture, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and all these things will be added unto you. Eckhart Tolle translated this into modern day. Because remember, 2,000 years ago, there was no soul. The soul had not yet come onto the planet. Okay? So when they say kingdom of heaven, what is heaven? How do you explain heaven? Heaven is a word for the soul. The soul was not yet on the planet, had not yet been birthed on the planet. Caroline May states that she believes, from where she's looking from at humanity and history in the world, she believes that we became soul. We birthed the soul on the planet when we split the atom and released nuclear energy onto the planet. The only thing that can even mess and match and try to meet nuclear energy is the energy of the soul. So that's where we are, and that's what I feel is that okay, so seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and all these things will be added unto you. Eckhart Tolle translated this into modern day English, and he said, when you get the inside right, the outside just falls into place. It all starts from within you, within. Okay, and these people are empty within them. They're bankrupt within them, and that's how I feel, is they're energetically, spiritually bankrupt, emotionally bankrupt, but you're not. The imbalance was very, very necessary. There was an imbalance that served you. It's like, okay, I shared this in one of the other readings about a woman on Conscious TV. She told her story of her son that she told us in her story. She talks about her brother who was an Aikido master who passed away. And she went into an ayahuasca session, and her brother, being an Aikido master who was younger than her, had passed away. There was thousands of people at his wedding. People loved him. And she went to see him. While she was under the influence of ayahuasca, she went to look for him, and she found him. And she said he was like it was a ball, a sphere. And she saw him. She said, love conquers all. And because she loved him, the gravity of their love across the entire universe, they found each other. And she approached him, and she saw him as an orb. His face within this orb. Half of his face was all twisted and disfigured, and the other half of his face was calm and beautiful. And she approached him and said, I'm your older sister. And the twisted part of his face was very angry and very menacing. And the twisted part of his face didn't believe her. And so she brought up memories of the past. I used to tie your shoes. I taught you how to tie your laces. You remember when we went tobogganing and we had hot chocolate? Remember when you wiped out and this and that? And she brought up memories, and slowly his twisted, angry face softened, and she saw a tear come out of his eye. But these half faces were exactly equal. And because they were exactly equal, he was immobile. Had one side of his face been stronger than the other, he would have been able to move. But he couldn't. He was exactly immobile. And so she saw that he was stuck. He was in the spirit realm stuck. He had reached a level of balance on earth where that kind of balance may have served him on the earth. But in the spirit realm, it did not. He was stuck. He couldn't move. And he couldn't grow anymore because his earthly body was over. That's what the Tibetan Book of the Dead also states. Do this work while you're alive. Because even an ocean of learning after you die won't serve you. You have to do it while you have the neurology. The brain is more than just the brain. The body is more than just the body. And so science is slowly seeing this. They're slowly finding this out. So anyway, she said to him, give me all of the parts of yourself that you have not yet worked through. And this was the part of himself that came from his disfigured, angry part of himself. He had not been able to get through some of his anger, through some of his defenses, through some of his childhood rage, whatever. And she said, give that to me, and I will work this out in my own life on your behalf. I will work this through my life. And she took it on, and he was released. The other half of his face that was all peaceful was released from the other half of the face that she took on, and he was able to move on. He was able to go. Isn't that a beautiful story? But that's what I mean about the imbalance. The imbalance was necessary. The imbalance gave you mobility. It allowed you to move through the ether within yourself to the dimensions that you needed. And this is why they say, okay, I'm going to give you a very powerful clue. This is why they say, when you're cleaning house, when you're going through your own underworld and you're cleaning out stuff, you can't clean it all out. You need some, your body needs some bacteria. You can't clean all the bacteria out. If you destroy all the bacteria in your body from your life, it could kill you. Some bacteria, even though it's bacteria, helps you. And that's the same thing with imbalance. It's one thing to be all light and love and sunny and all of that, but you need some shadow. You need some of that. Some of that is what will protect you. The shadow is very powerful. Very powerful. And so you need to have sometimes imbalance of power within you is what will give you mobility. Otherwise, we end up like that man, stuck. Equal measure. Each half of the face is exactly equal measure, and the scale can't move. There's no movement because they're both equal. So whatever happened here with the imbalance was necessary. Both sides of this scale was not equal, and that worked for you in your favor. I hope you can hear this. This brings you into your future energy, the Fool energy. Yeah, like you are no longer aligned with the people who have disconnected from spirit. You're no longer aligned with their values. Bad faith, no faith. They have no faith. Dishonest. You're not aligning with dishonesty anymore. You're nobody's fool anymore. This path is closed. The path toward this family, the way, or this, whoever this group of people is, family, group, workplace, whoever, friends, I don't know. But whatever this path going toward them is shut to you. And you have closed it. The spirit didn't come in and close it for you. You closed it. And heaven honors it. Heaven now backs you up and honors it because you made the first move. This isn't happening to you. This is you happening to you. And the cards are just demonstrating this. So you were no longer connecting with bad faith. And not only that, but these people, you're proving them wrong. They had prophecies about you. You know, you'll never amount to anything. You'll never be as good as this person or that person. They had prophecies spoken over your life. And these don't have to be like spiritual prophecies. These are things like what some unconscious adult says, like you'll never amount to this, or you'll never be that, or whatever. That's a prophecy. It doesn't have to be like, this big dramatic thing. It can be said in a very plain voice. And these people had prophecies about you that you are proving them wrong. You're no longer working hard to align with this energy. You're no longer... See, these people used to be your higher dimensions, and you're not connected to them in the same way. You're not balanced in the same way. I don't think these people could stand in your world. And you are looking ahead. You're looking ahead. Expansion. Absolutely. I'm feeling like you truly know, your back truly is to these people. I feel like you're just enjoying your own space. You're just enjoying your own space as you plan, but you're not in a hurry anymore. You're no longer running. That's what I just heard. You're no longer running. Beautiful. Can we get Egyptian God's Oracle card, please, to tie off this reading? Nefertum, completeness. Yes, yes, yes. Number 36 is a 9. 9 for the 9th house corresponds to your relationship to spirituality and your relationship to the great mystery, to the creator, to God, to whatever you want to call it. Completeness. Nefertum. His name means, quote, perfect without equal, unquote. He is the God He is the God of perfumes who relieves suffering, and also the God of immortality. He is represented as a young boy dressed in a simple skirt with a lotus flower on his head, a symbol of birth and regeneration. And for this reason, he is the deity of sweet smells. He represents the complete fusion with the universe, the ultimate success, the completeness, triumph in initiatives, the fullness of one's own energies. Yes, the fullness of one's own energies. Beautiful. Follow the heavenly directions and you will have the right reward and the right place in a higher spiritual hierarchy. Remember that the initiate is the one who carries the seed of light within him. Yeah, so you are being seen as the initiate. You are being seen as the initiate. You've been initiated into you. You carry the seed of light. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful reading. Okay, I'm going to leave this here. Collective, thank you for tuning into this reading, and I will see you guys next time. Alrighty.